Like, we're going to be talking about pivoting. Yeah. Our life is a big old pivot.
It is a big old pivot. And if you don't know, like literally, if you watch basketball, you know, or if you don't watch basketball, then we got to tell you.
Show them what a pivot is.
I'm not going to get up and do the damn pivot. Go pivot, child. It's pretty much to get you up out of that jam. It's to help you, give you options.
Get you up out of that jam.
It's to give you options. Good. Keep you moving. Because if you plant both feet, you can't go nowhere. But if you keep one foot on the ground, keep 5 toes down, and you're moving your other 10. Sometimes your other 5.
So you got 15 toes.
Yeah. It's so funny.
Alien.
It's so funny. So I think it's important to say that you can stand on business, but you always got one foot moving. Okay. You always. Yeah. Yeah. That's good.
So you 5 toes down.
Yeah. 5. No, you 5 toes, but you always.
Yeah.
You give yourself options. Okay.
That's good. That's because that is grounded.
Yeah.
Along with your ability to adaptable.
Yeah.
That's grounded mixed with adaptability. That's what pivoting
because
is.
You already know life is not predictable. It's not linear. You just don't know what. So
that's good.
Stay grounded. And still remain adaptable or flexible.
And keep moving. Stay grounded and keep moving.
Good morning.
Yes. Greetings and salutations.
Good morning.
Like this looks like real, like professional looking.
We run out of clothes to wear.
hey, half the stuff in Goodwill, like, dude.
Hey, I ain't mad.
Yeah, no. Welcome.
Hey, y'all.
To Life with C and Arie.
Yes, sir.
Number 59 on our 30-day challenge.
Yes. We just gonna really stop counting what day it is.
Yeah, no, because we already lost count.
Yeah.
So what's this episode about? Like, let's get into it.
Yeah, for sure. Today we're talking about pivoting. As you know, me and Ariel always talk about how life isn't linear, how our paths are always doing what they do.
Yeah.
Like a roller coaster ride. Remember that song? They going up and down and around and round, going up and down and around and round, going up and down and round and round, and round we go. Karaoke for today.
Thank you.
That was a good one.
I think that was LaToya Luckett.
I think so. Mims
and LaToya Luckett. Yeah.
We be having songs from 2009 back in the back of our brains.
That's crazy. Mims.
Yes, but we want to talk about pivoting and what that looks like. That has looked like for us.
Where we are now. Yeah. Are we still pivoting or?
One thing I told Ariel today is we, for the longest time, when we came back, we was like, we're going to be in and out, right? When we came back to Aurora, just back at home, we was like, we're going to be in and out.
One and done.
Yeah, out of here because
they ain't even going to miss me. They ain't even know I was there.
Yeah. But we're here. So I think we have been trying to like stay low key and stay out the way for the longest time, and now we're kind of just allowing it to be what it's gonna be.
Yeah. In all aspects,
we are like collaborating with different people out here now. So I think we just kind of trying to maximize the time and the space and where we are, and not necessarily hiding anymore, and just using our gifts and talents.
That part.
To navigate wherever we are and just allow it to be what it is and we're accepting.
Yeah, this is acceptance. And on a lot of stages, relationships, because even with talking about relationships, I don't know why I felt this way, but pride, sure. But you would have had to tie me down if you was gonna tell me that my husband was gonna come from my high school. Like, please. You don't have any other pickings?
Any other pickings is crazy.
No, but I'm just saying, like, but that's how I felt. I'm not going to be here long enough for them to even catch me. That when I said that earlier, I meant that. I'm not going to be here long enough, but now that we're here, and here, it's now settling, feeling like, so before I was rushing to leave, now I feel like I'm rushing to leave. Like, now I feel the rush, and I feel like my work here is not done.
like spent all that time like trying to leave, literally
running.
Now, yeah.
And now I'm like, oh.
Okay, I might have some more to do.
I got some more. I know I got some more to do.
Okay, I see that.
Because we talked about it like before. We talked about moving and relocating. Oh, I'm out of here. I don't even want to smell Illinois. I don't want to smell snow. I'm gonna love that pizza, but I don't even want to smell it. You feel me? But now it's like, okay, we talked about it this morning. We can stay in Chicago. You know, we can stay in the city.
Yeah.
Far enough where people can't pull up on you, but like close enough where people can pull up on you.
Yeah, and also like I would miss my family. I was talking to one of my friends the other day, and he was just saying how he missed home so bad. And I'd be so like ready to move and go away, but our family is close. Like I think my dad's side of the family, we was with them, I don't know, every other weekend from Thanksgiving to the New Year.
Yeah.
And I know I'm being dramatic.
No,
but we was with them a lot.
Yeah.
So
for birthday parties, just because parties, weddings.
So, I don't know. No, for real. So I think that's important, and I would like to stay close enough, even though I don't mind moving. But I want to just take advantage while I'm here. And if I do move, then hey, amen. If I don't, at least I don't want to live in my parents' house forever. But
right. But now I'm more accepting of
what it is.
Yeah,
and try to have fun and make it worthwhile.
Trying to have fun, make it worthwhile. In a sense that I'm here, I'm in a safe space where I can sit and heal. I can
get your finances together.
Yeah, all of this to a certain extent. Like obviously, but you can't stay somewhere too long because then you're gonna be overstaying your welcome type stuff. Right now, it's a healing space, so it's okay for us to be in this space. So it's just like. Now I'm learning how to take full advantage of this opportunity because the goal is once we move out, I don't want to come back.
No,
but that means setting the foundation this time around, whether it's entrepreneurship and career wise, like whatever it is, setting the foundation now so that we can get out and stay out.
So I had a dream last night, and I was telling Arie because Arie was like a Joseph and dream interpreter and all things. So, long story short, we kind of came to the conclusion I didn't have balance, right? And she was like, "You going nowhere fast. You're going nowhere fast." And it just reminds me like we were trying to dip, going nowhere fast.
Get up out of here.
Like, girl, sit down. So I'm sitting down, and then it's also almost like when you get comfortable and like scoot your booty in the seat, then that's when life get crazy. Yeah. So I'm gonna just go ahead and scoot my booty in the seat.
Scoot my booty,
because I was sitting on the edge. Most of the time, sitting on the edge, like, all right, I'm ready to go. He's like, no, girl, sit back, scoot your booty.
Going nowhere.
It's karaoke day, huh?
That's too funny.
Good one.
Yeah. So when it comes down to pivoting, based on all of our podcast episodes, you all, if y'all, have been there since day one, y'all are aware that we have been pivoting since day one. From moving.
I feel like a basketball player. Just got one foot in place and just keep moving.
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
Going in circles.
So we've been pivoting and pivoting and pivoting and pivoting. Now, we talk about this sometimes, but I'm kind of jealous of the people who like, okay, yes, their lives have twists and turns, but there are some people that, the chosen ones. There are some people like we really gotta pivot and move constantly, and
like
so
just walking around with a backpack on.
Cause I don't want a backpack, backpack. I don't want to do that, Dora. You know what I'm saying? I want to be settled, but I also know the life that is required of me requires some pivoting. So.
Literally got to stay on your toes.
Yeah, I mean, it's 10 toes. What about the heels? Like the whole sole of your foot? No. It's the 10 toes for me. Although I was, and that's why my feet been hurting because I was only on a few toes.
You went on all 10.
I was not on all 10 because I was like, no, lava. Okay. There's lava on the ground.
Okay, all right. Some ballerina shit.
Yeah, I had to get up out of there.
twinkle toes.
Twinkle toes.
But not standing on business.
No,
toes.
not standing on too much of it anyway.
Okay.
So when it comes down to divine pivoting, is all pivoting divine, or
I guess it depends on how you look at life. Because if you have accepted, and I'm just saying this, I don't know, I might look back at this video and be like, girl, you was dead wrong.
For right now.
Yeah, but for right now, I feel like if you have an awareness that you need to pivot, and you know something is not right, you know something is not working, so I feel like that is divine. Because you're listening to, whether it's literally your intuition or whether it's your surroundings, and you're seeing like,
that, yeah.
Something is just not aligning. Something is just don't feel right. Trying to put a puzzle piece together, and this one just don't fit right here.
Yeah.
So I feel like it is divine.
And sometimes pivoting is moving directions, right? It's going from one thing to the next. But sometimes that pivot can come from a personal place where you think it's your time to move when it really wasn't your time to move. That's why a lot of people come back. Because they be like, yeah, no, I think it's time for me to head out. If we would have headed out 2 years ago, we would have came right on back. You know why? Because healing wasn't done.
But to be fair, I couldn't even, God didn't even allow me to get opportunities to allow me to even move out.
But I'm just saying, like, if it was put in a place where your mission was to get a warehouse. I keep saying warehouse because they're the ones who are hiring.
Yeah, that's what they say. Arie worked the warehouse.
But they're the ones who, and newsflash, if anybody hires you quickly,
you should be concerned.
Run for the hills. If anyone hires you quickly, if it's a job that's always got openings, and they hire you on the spot, no questions asked, run, sprint. Get up out of there. You gotta say it like that. Get up out of there. Because it's a place that's gonna cause you trauma, tears,
and pain.
Hey, hire me too quick, please.
I should be concerned.
No, for real. But I'm saying, if you were to get a warehouse job paying you $25 an hour, stack your money, you could have went anywhere. If that was your mind, if that's what you wanted to do, if the mission was to get the heck on, you would have got the heck on to bring your butt right back, because God said, I need you here. Where are you going? And then you'll be like Moses, 40 years out, and then on year 41, he called you back. Who want to do that? Who want to do that? I'd rather heal now.
Or think about it. You was only 40 days away. Now you doing being silly and moving out, and now you gotta wait 40 years.
And now God like, okay, y'all can teach you a lesson over here.
That's sick.
Yeah,
that's
so
sick. I don't want to have to learn twice, my boy.
Yeah, I'm telling you, or learn anything that wasn't on my path.
Yeah,
I don't want to go outside of. Please, because learning the lessons on the path is already too much.
Yeah, it's rough.
But now you saying I gotta, because of my free will, I did this to me. Oh my God. Although free will, we do a lot to ourselves, but overall, where do you feel like you're in the middle of a pivot?
Yeah, I think okay. So I have decided that I'm working with a new client for real estate, and I'm about to get back into substitute teaching. So I am pivoting.
Yeah,
I have pivoted. Or chosen to pivot.
Yeah.
It just is what it is at this point, and I'm getting comfy.
No.
Because those I really did it. I think because number one, I felt like I was waiting on something that was never gonna come. Number two, you have said that these things are already at your disposal. Like these things are already literally right in front of you.
Yeah.
So in the meantime, I'm gonna be at the high school substituting, because it's really not that hard. Getting my money. I'm going to put my feet in real estate and see where it go. And still look for different opportunities, but at this point, it just don't make sense. Like if I have a goal, I need to start working towards it with the things that I have available to me, and to stop. And to be fair, I wasn't like trying to hope and wish on a prayer that something was gonna happen. But okay, I applied to like 50 jobs in January alone, and none of them unfolded. Now, mind you, it's still kind of, for some of them, it's still kind of early to say what's not gonna work and what is. But I applied and it didn't work out like I thought it would. Okay, so that told me I need to pivot.
Yeah, okay.
Whether it was, which I'm not gonna do again. Well, let me not say what I'm not gonna do, but maybe it obviously wasn't my resume. It might have been, or it just wasn't. That stuff wasn't it. So while I'm trying to come up with a new game plan, this is what I'm gonna do to start getting some money, because I need income.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. Income is necessary, and so.
And we ain't stopped living. We still eating.
Ain't stop. Come on now, say it for the people in the back.
Still going.
Ain't stop living. Vlogs coming soon.
Yeah. Still going out to eat. Still hanging. I'm not saying we outside every day. I'm not saying we spending $100,000 every time we go out. But baby girl, I'm not gonna sit in this house. And it's getting warmer, and my energy, as y'all can tell, my energy is increasing. I'm getting to it now. So. Yeah, so we need to supplement that. I'm not trying to go into debt being silly. I don't want to be silly. I don't mind going into debt for a solid reason. Yeah. And I do believe God is my provider. He will provide every day, but He did not say that you be outside acting a fool. So that's where I'm at. So to your question, I have pivoted or chosen to pivot.
I think chosen to pivot is good. And I want to say I might be there. I'm choosing to pivot. Let me say this. I feel like the idea of this 30-day, it feels like a fast.
It does. It's discipline.
It feels like a fast.
Yeah.
But this 30-day challenge was my idea of pivoting. Trying something new and seeing what hard work, like what it looks like, what it'll pan out to be, or what it could be. And same thing for the gym, realizing we've been in the gym like since middle November to December, January. That's 3 months of being in the 1, 2, okay, about to be 3 months of being in the gym consistently. And I'm talking about working hard 4 times a week. And so I'm in a space now where life looks different, completely different, because of habit. My habits lifestyle changes have been made. And so I feel like, okay, that's a good pivot, but now mine is career-wise, like what's next with that? And career-wise, pivot looks like, career-wise, pivot looks like imposter syndrome for me. It looks like fear for me. It looks like, because I'm literally about to do something I ain't never done before. Like I decided to come up with this challenge, for
your business,
for life.
Oh, okay.
But career-wise, so there is a challenge that I created. It was on my mind, but it's a YouTuber, motivational speaker person out there. I'm not gonna give too many details. I'm not gonna speak on it like that yet, because I want to
execute.
Yeah. But basically, he's very motivating, and he has been somebody I've been watching for a very long time. And one of his videos popped up on my feed, and I watched it. And it was basically talking about how he went from nothing to a millionaire status. And basically, like, here's what I would do. And I'm like, what if these actually work? But you keep watching them and keep watching every other YouTube video, but not executing, right? So that feeling, I asked ChatGPT, again, my girl. I asked her and I said, okay, so what is a challenge? What could this challenge look like? How can I execute it? And could this type of challenge be like a viral moment, what the people need type of thing? She gave me a list of here's how you can execute this plan. reading that, I said, okay, so I have a business as well. So tell me how to incorporate my business into that. And when she did that and made it realistic, I said, hell no, get me out of here. Running. And I had to tell her, look, I literally said, your plan just scared the hell out of me. So I need you to give me some motivation. I need you to speak life into what I'm about to do because I'm scared. Imposter syndrome is stepping in. Give me something. I need some motivation. I need some hype me up. Be my hype woman. Gave me a whole spiel like, basically, you know who you are. You know that you're supposed to do this challenge because you wouldn't have brought it up. You wouldn't have thought about this. Like, this is a you thing. It's God ordained. Like, you need to. Basically, she said, "We doing this or what?" When she said, "We doing this or what?" So I'm pivoting in that aspect because this could be something where if the challenge goes crazy, it could reach him. What if he pulled me on his? And so I started thinking about stuff like that. I'm like, I'm not ready to speak on, but by the time I get there and learn his teachings, like I'm talking about study something because they say the more you learn, the more you earn. And I'm just like, I have not put myself in school in a long time. So I'm scared. Yes. That's where I'm at right now. Scared in the career aspect, but I'm moving still. So I'm doing it scared.
So pivoting also looks like being scared and moving anyway.
Yeah, literally like paralysis, but like or fear, but not paralysis.
Yeah, okay. And you just remember that you're not doing stuff by yourself.
Yeah.
Like you got support.
Yeah.
You got people to back you up.
Yeah.
And also you know your ultimate goal and you already know what you gotta do to get there.
Yeah.
And it could surprise you and be grand.
Yeah, and I think it will be, and that's still scary.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Because that's life changing.
Yeah.
Am I ready for my life? Like we keep like talking about how quick we want to be 6-figure, 7-figure chick boss babe. But are you ready for that?
Yeah, but I think that's why you literally are taking a step at a time. You doing these things because even when she first started her business, I want to say like a year in or something like that. She said, I don't even know how I did all of that. And what she did was took one step at a time, took one day at a time. She learned this, executed that, then learned something else, executed that. So it's not like you're doing all of this stuff in one day. And by the time you get to where you're supposed to be, you're going to be ready for what you get.
Yeah. Yeah.
It won't be new to you.
Yeah. And so that's where I am. So I'm excited about it for sure. But I also know it's about to be some work. And so I'm like, been having conversations with myself. Like, are you ready? Because you gonna have to. Ain't no way you about to tell these folks you about to do a challenge and then stop recording and then you got the excuses. My phone is running out of storage and I gotta keep waiting to put my phone, storage, blah blah blah. Because when phone is out of storage, your videos move slow. I've been uploading videos anyway. I just been doing whatever. So
taking 4 hours, but
okay. So yeah, it's gonna be, and that's another thing, documenting my process, and that's what also scares me because,
I think that's a beautiful thing. Work. You know what? I'm gonna do a video, a journal entry about where I am today, the things that I wish for my future self, and then come back to it. I think that'll be a cool thing.
Because during my state of depression season, I made a lot of videos so that I could go back and look at. There's one that I want to watch on. I want to do a reaction video to it because I looked at one of them and I was like, oh, I know I'm gonna cry and tear up because I literally, my face was turning red. I was like, oh, I just want to hold her and hug her because I was sick.
And that just telling yourself like it's gonna be okay.
Yeah, well, that one I was like, I'm documenting this because it's either gonna get better or hey, like it was so emotional now because I was sick because I had like I did it in the house and I had somebody working on the house out there, and so I'm like I have no furniture in the house, so like echoey, all that. I didn't want nobody to hear me cry. So I was I was trying to be so quiet. It was like a whole bunch of stuff happening all at once. And I was like, yeah. So that would be really good for you to see. Because I even have it in my phone saying this 1 year since watch this video. Like I put it in my calendar to
I did
have
it one
that.
time when I was on shrooms, and that just I did shrooms once. And watching that video, I said, "Wait a minute."
I don't think I didn't watch this video.
No, I don't know. I gotta find it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I was crying. I was boo-hooing. I think I don't know. I don't even want to watch that video. It's just some stuff you just don't need to watch again.
Yeah,
it was good, but it was just some stuff you just gotta.
That should be story time.
Yeah. We could do another video for that.
Story times for us.
Yeah. You know what? With the pivot thing, I am becoming more comfortable in me. Because I think when we first started these videos, and half of the pivot in the challenge, when she first brought it up, I was like, okay. I mean, that'd be cool. But then we had to start putting in work and I started feeling very apprehensive, reluctant to do it, resistant, because I'm like, I don't want all these people in my face. Like, what am I going to say? Like, how am I going to look to other people? You know, you want to edit and watch your mouth and don't say too much, but really in real life I cuss a lot. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, do I find balance? Do I just be me? And I think I'm comfortable just telling my experience. Like, this is my life.
Yeah, like literally no one has had this experience ever, and
this is my life.
And when it came down to, we were talking about censoring ourselves, but when it came down to that, it was just like, I had to sit with myself and say, if you did anything to me, you are subject to being on this podcast. And I was laughing because I'm like, it's my experience now. It is now in my hand, and I have the choice of speaking about it or not healing from it.
Yeah.
I'm going to speak on it because I need to heal from it so we can move on. Like, so, yeah.
And I think it's, child, I know we're supposed to be talking about pivot, but it's going to
be. This is all pivot. We're pivoting in conversation and in life.
One thing I learned is that when I try to hide who I am or parts of myself, even like certain parts of my skin I don't show, like my shoulders, I have scars, like there is shame wrapped around that when you don't show those parts. It's one thing to not show certain parts when you're trying to better yourself, right? And you know it's not revealing of your highest self. But when it is just you, there is shame wrapped around you trying to hide who you are. And if it was a friend or your child, would you tell them to hide those parts? No, you wouldn't. So I'm learning to pivot in my thinking also. Of what's appropriate.
And shift.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's appropriate. I think I also had shame around like religious shame about what I should be doing, what I should be saying, and all these shoulds. Like, girl, God knows you're doing your best. Like, treat people kindly, treat yourself kindly. I think that's important too, because I be talking smack, but if I'm not treating myself kindly, if I'm not talking kindly to myself, or just all that stuff, that's it. That's important too.
Yeah, it matters.
So I am releasing myself of shame, of expectation of what people think I should be saying, and all that stuff,
and doing and talking about.
I am releasing myself of it.
That's good.
So that's a pivot too, a mental pivot or emotional pivot.
That's good. Okay, a mental pivot and emotional pivot.
Yes,
that's good. That's good as well. I could say for me, mine it would be just speaking more life into myself.
You do good.
Yeah, I mean, but it's choosing life, like on a consistent basis. That's what it is. And it's like when you do experience, for me, when I do experience spiritual torment or anything or warfare, it's just like you already know how this goes. It's literally a cycle, and we're gonna talk about that cycle one day of my experience with whether it's like when the warfare comes, that means a blessing is on the way. So then it's just like that type of cycle. It's like it's constant.
Yeah. It's sometimes hard
Yeah.
to remember that or to even see it because you could be in a different season or just a different space in your life and you just forget that it is a cycle or it could be a cycle. So,
and maybe having it written out or something allows you to put it into perspective, like, oh, this is what I'm doing. Oh, I'm in this stage right here. Just like I'm putting it like this so you all can get an idea of where my head is at. But like how during a woman's menstrual, like the luteal or whatever phase and stuff like that, like
ovulation.
Yeah. And so I think that putting it into a perspective like that, be like, oh, okay, I'm right here, and
okay, I'm tripping.
Yeah,
I'm PMS, and that's why I'm tripping.
Yeah, and so that could be the same thing for this, like, oh, I'm going through this right now, but this is the end goal. So you already know the kind of cycle of how the enemy works, and that's how you will be able to, win that battle over your mental health, over that spiritual warfare and stuff like that. So I think speaking life more and not just rehearsing something just because it sounds good, but actually like living it. Mm-hmm. Because when I had the nightmares and stuff, I had to rehearse it first because I know what I know. Like scriptures, I had to rehearse them first, and then I was able to like chow, and repeat them off rip, because I will when I lie down, I will have sweet sleep. Period. Going to bed.
Yeah, no.
Enemy going to bed.
Yeah, no.
I don't have time for this today.
Else.
Yeah, for real.
Start cussing them out. Yeah.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. It's in you at that point. So, and it's not just something you rehearsing. So I'm pivoting in that space now because I had to.
You had literally, it's a choice.
Like, you gonna take me out?
That's not a choice.
Because goodness, it was whooping my butt though. I ain't gonna lie, but so one thing I would have probably that would have been cringy though is creating videos anyway. If we would have stuck to the podcast a little bit, because I think we went MIA for a little, like a couple.
We did, like
couple
3 weeks.
Yeah, okay, few weeks.
It was a lot going on as far as like
everything.
Yeah.
But if
I have a question though. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, if we would have kept going, I wonder how I would have been able to look at that. Like, I would have been, oh, that ain't even me. Like, I wonder how, I wonder how that would have played out. But yeah.
Because at what point do you give yourself rest and to not make yourself do anything? Like not push yourself, not force yourself to do anything.
I was ready to speak. So it's almost like it's an internal thing. So you have to know what works for you. In that phase, it was like I couldn't talk without crying. What good would that have been if I can't explain what's going on without crying? And because I was too deep in it. Mm-hmm. I had to process what I was in first.
So you have to give yourself time.
Yeah, you have to give and
honor that.
But you have to know who you are. There are some people like you may like business, you like moving, so you can avoid. Mm-hmm. Okay, but if you know when you recognize that you're avoiding, then you need to take a break, and that's when you say, no, I can't record today because I gotta sit in this.
But I think it's a difference between no, I gotta sit in this, and no, I don't feel like it.
Okay, so if you don't feel like it,
kind of like
honor that too.
Discipline too.
Well,
it's a lot of times, like especially the past couple of weeks or episodes, like when I think our first video, I was in a funk. I didn't want to do that, but I think it helped me. So I guess it's just kind of knowing.
Yeah, but it helps, and that's why. And when you in those spaces, that's why it's important for you to have people, like, because it was one time she was in a funk. I'm like, what's wrong with you? I don't know. Okay, well, we need to talk about this on the podcast. Boom. But she was in a space where I could push. Like, you got to know people. Because when I was in my space, she never pushed me. I came to her and I kept having these dreams, like, of us talking, being like, we got to talk about this on the podcast, right? Like, that's how I knew it was time, the stronger it got for me. Mm-hmm. Because that time was perfect. Like, cause I was still able to play and, and joke a little bit, but I was also still in that very raw space where y'all finna see me. Cause I was always that person crying on a camera. Why y'all do that for attention? No, I had to get that out. Y'all gonna have to see me. Y'all gonna have to see me. I'm not always this funny person. So that for me was a coming out and finally allowing y'all to see that I'm not always okay. I created a self-care mental health business for a reason, not just because it's a cute thing to do. No, I struggle. I struggle often when it comes down to mental health and managing a business. So I had to put myself in a position like, okay, it's your time to tell your story your way. You be the narrator, and somebody needs to hear this because they may be in a similar space. So I knew work had to be done. Not for y'all, it was for me in order for me to move on. So no, it's knowing yourself. It's a level of self-awareness within you, and then having the right people to know when to push you and when to like let you be. I think that's wraps up what you asked.
Yeah. I was watching this video and this girl said, this is a side note. This girl said, just because you know your faults and like where you mess up at and all that stuff doesn't make you self-awareness. It low-key make you a hater about yourself. What you think about that? Like, because to her point, I felt attacked.
Yeah, well,
because we talk about self-love and all of this stuff, and sometimes it is hard for me to like speak life into myself and do affirmations to all these things. So does that make me lack self-awareness? If I can tell you the bad stuff and I can tell you the things where I lack, but can't always tell you where I'm great at or not necessarily comfortable with saying it, or I don't know, any stuff like
I think the reason why self-awareness is so like important for me is because it's about balance. It's about balance. I have a level of self-awareness when dealing with you. When to push, when not to push. It's literally knowing boundaries. It's accepting boundaries. It's setting boundaries. So when it comes down to you and self-esteem versus knowing your flaws, like you said, for me, I speak to myself kindly and I do a great job with that. I know my flaws. Like I know some of them, but I don't pick and choose and be like, oh, that's one. I don't know. When it comes up, okay, I'm gonna be like, all right, bet. Like I'm not a great leader in some areas. When it comes down to that, I've learned that, throughout life. But I wasn't like, when it comes down to leading, I don't do too well with that. No, it's more like, it is like, dang, okay, let's try again. Okay, let's try. Okay. But it's not.
Where I can work on.
But when it comes down to you and how you ask questions and things like that, oh, that's good. Just in case we talk about it on our podcast, or that's good to know about myself. But you are very critical of yourself and not as loving. So that's why level of self-awareness is questionable, because I mean, level of self-awareness is there because you acknowledge that this is what you're doing. You felt attacked because you have noticed the imbalance of your level of self-awareness. It's not necessarily you don't have it. I think knowing those flaws about yourself is important for somebody who wants to do good in a resume. I mean, in an interview.
Yeah, you're right about
like,
it.
You got
right about it.
What's one big flaw? I don't know. I'm disorganized.
I don't have any.
Yeah, but is any of them good to say to your employer? Like
that I work too hard. Yeah. I work way too hard, and sometimes I don't know when to quit.
Yes, let's overwork her. Like what kind of stuff is that?
You gotta say shit like that.
I know, but I'm just saying none of that. That's a terrible question.
So many creative ideas. Right?
Yeah, can't
hone
in.
Can't stop moving sometimes. Yeah.
So it's just like you just gotta find balance. So if you were to write a list, shoot, make it even. For the good stuff. For the good stuff. Don't be like, I have to find 10 flaws.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's That's interesting. But if you definitely felt attacked, then
Oh yeah, because I knew she was right because we had just talked about stuff. We always talk about stuff.
Stuff.
We just talked about self-love and kindness.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's just like what we doing in this pivot. But you said for you, when it comes down to work, you just about to do.
Yeah.
And make a decision and move.
At the beginning of the year.
This is the year.
Just to make do not try. Do not try.
Do, comma.
Not try. Okay? You do try. Do try. But you do not try. It's all about action, baby.
Yeah, because I'm like,
it's all about action.
Confused I'm telling the audience.
I'm telling the folks, don't sit on your booty and not do anything.
Yeah.
But also, if you make a decision, then fully dive
commit.
in. Yes, commit.
Fully commit.
Both feet in.
Yeah.
That's what we're saying.
Yeah.
Don't decide and put one foot in and one foot out. And I'm telling us too because there's still some things I might be try to do that.
Yeah. And
but the point is, you won't know if it works if you don't commit.
And that's why, with the challenge that I'm doing is because I know I can't have half booty it. If I'm doing something this grand, I have to be 10 toes down. What I'm about to do is gonna be like some how a millionaire goes rogue and tries to make $1 million again. It's that old TV show.
I like that TV show. Y'all need to go see that.
What's it called though?
I don't know what it's called, but Grant somebody, he's a millionaire and he made a show. Oh, he was on the show.
I don't know, but basically this man who was like a millionaire had to start from ground zero. Couldn't use no credit card, no connections he had.
They dropped him off in a random city. Mind you, it's a TV show, so he ain't just out there bad. But he has nothing. They give him like what, $1,000, maybe a couple thousand, not even, maybe $1,000, and they got to figure out where to stay and how to, and literally build a business. They have a certain amount of time. I don't remember how long. Amount of time to rebuild $1 million business.
Yeah, so if y'all know what it is, put it in the comments.
We'll try to find it and link it.
Hopefully, that's the goal.
I found it on YouTube. We'll try to.
Put a link. Okay, yeah. Fair.
It was good though.
Yeah, so that's like what because I'm in a space where I have the luxury of it is a luxury in a way of taking my time to learn something like that, but now the challenge for me is doing it. If I'm learning the action, it's doing the action in a certain time amount of certain time frame, so specific time frame. And so that's the part that's that I had to make sure, like, if we doing this, you got to do 10 toes down, and that's the part that scares me because I know I'm gonna do it. Because I'm like, oh,
yeah.
Because the fear of looking crazy and stuff like that.
I mean, but at this point, people gonna say what they gonna say regardless.
Yeah. I'm trying to get bills paid and then some. And so you can't be scared about that. Like, they not going to pay your bills. The judges are not going to pay your bills.
Sure.
And content creators say it all the time on their posts. Like, people saying, oh, you wasting your time recording this. And then they show their life talking about me wasting my time with my 6-figure business. Like, damn.
Yeah, I can't say recording doesn't feel like it's wasted time. Mm-hmm. I feel like if anything, it's more therapeutic for me.
Therapeutic, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like it's helping me kind of discover certain things, allowing me to be more comfortable with just placing myself in front of people and being vulnerable to that to some degree.
Yeah.
I ain't cried yet. Yeah, but
no, I'm just playing.
So if anything, if nothing else, the goal is to get monetized. But if we don't,
yeah,
then I'm not gonna cry about it. It just helps me in other ways.
Well, I'm finna cry. I'm finna cry now thinking about it. Nah, I'm just playing. We getting monetized. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm getting monetized.
Saying that I have gained other things outside of it. So
yeah, no. So and that was the point. It was the discipline aspect because we did 40-day fast. We did this. We took this out. We learned. We're learning literally in the last 4 months. Discipline in different areas of our lives: spiritual, mental, physical, financial. And so like we're just in this space of just learning the difference between discipline and motivation.
Mm-hmm. And what you say about discipline and motivation?
Discipline is the act of doing something that you don't want to do, but acting like you love it. Acting like you love to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Because motivation is going off feelings.
Yeah.
Discipline is going off of, this is what I got to do.
Yeah, commitment.
Yeah.
Really. You just decide to do something.
Yeah. So, of course, throughout this time, these 30 days, like, we're going to be talking about pivoting. Yeah. Our life is a big old pivot.
It is a big old pivot.
So,
and if you don't know, like, literally, if you watch basketball, you know, or if you don't watch basketball, then we got to tell you.
Show them what a pivot is.
I'm not going to get up and do the damn pivot. Google pivot, child. It's pretty much to get you up out of that jam. It's to help you, give you options.
Yes, get you up out of that jam.
It's to give you options.
Good.
To keep you moving, because if you plant both feet, you can't go nowhere.
Can't go
but
nowhere.
If you keep one foot on the ground, keep 5 toes down, and you moving your other 10. Sometimes your other 5.
So you got 15 toes.
Yeah. It's so funny.
Alien.
So funny. So I think it's important to say that you can stand on business, but you always got one foot moving. Okay. You always. Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
So you 5 toes down.
Yeah, 5. No, you 5 toes, but you always.
Yeah,
you give yourself options. Okay.
That's good. That's because that is grounded.
Yeah.
Along with your ability to adaptable.
Yeah.
That's grounded mixed with adaptability. That's what pivoting
because
is.
You already know life is not predictable. It's not linear. You just don't know what. So
that's good.
Stay grounded.
Mm-hmm.
And still remain adaptable or flexible.
And keep moving. Stay grounded and keep moving.
Keep moving.
Yeah. That's good.
That's me with the basketball.
Yeah.
Because you can't stay still.
Because once you stop.
Yeah.
Once you stop, you lost the ball.
Mm-hmm. They're gonna be in your face, and then the challenges.
What they say? Ball. That's crazy. This is traumatizing.
So,
forgot about that.
If you keep moving,
they knock my glasses off. Okay.
Okay. Do we need to unpack that?
Okay.
So yeah, that's the point of pivoting.
Yeah, and we just want to give more insight on where we are now as far as an update with our pivoting.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank y'all for listening. We are.
I'll come back tomorrow for the next day.
A third of the way done with this 30-day challenge.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with a third. Almost a third. Yeah, almost a third. Done with this challenge. So keep us in y'all prayer.
For energy.
Idea. Yeah, energy, ideas. Keep the creative juices flowing.
Mm-hmm.
Keep the love brewing. And block. I want to say, as we are being more vulnerable and transparent with our lives and sharing more with you all and with the world, because we are on YouTube, I do want to say that if there is anything coming towards us that is negative, I'm going to ask God to return it to sender and block it like we used to block our blessings. So I just want to say that out loud to you.
Yes, I don't want to see it.
To y'all.
I don't want to see it.
To us, and saying it out loud, because
I know it builds character. It's just some characters that I don't want to be built like that.
No, but I'm just saying,
people really do be commenting for no reason.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. Mine is more so a spiritual attack.
Okay.
I don't care about y'all words.
Okay.
But be nice. I mean,
or don't be nice,
and don't dislike our videos.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. If y'all don't like it, just tell them y'all don't want to see us no more. Don't be rude. No, I'm just playing. But yeah. So thank y'all for being a third along the way with us, and stay tuned, because we still got amazing things coming your way. Yeah. And as we navigate this hit thing called life, but yes, peace. We love y'all. Bye.